Some of you don't even know what you're going to do tomorrow. You see now, when I grow up, do you know why you need a journal? Why you need a planner? So that your friend doesn't just come to your city and say, hey, but can you just go and leave me? And then you just follow the friend. You have a plan. You have to read this book. You have to do this. You have to finish a number of books before the year ends. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to do this. You have to do a few things. You have to learn how to walk on the blueprint. Okay, I'm not going to stress that fact. I hope you understand it. How many of us understand that already? And I can show you how to find the blueprint. First thing is, look around you and scan out everything you don't want to be like. Look around you very carefully. Is there anybody you don't want to be like? Are there people you don't want to look like? Write it out. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be that. I don't want to look like this. I don't want to look like that. I don't want to look like this. I don't want to look like that. If you're certain you have all of those things figured out, the things that you don't want to look like, look at all of the things they do and stop doing them. You'll never be like them. Because it's not magic. What makes people become certain things is what they do. They become certain things because of what they do, what they practice. You can't have anybody sleeping like they're competing with the dead, and you think that they're going to succeed in the land of the living. You have somebody who sleeps. While I was growing up, I used to have this lady. I never knew where that lady was at every point in time. It was one of our aunties like that. You know, when you're young, every big person is your auntie. Today she's in Gabon, tomorrow she's in Equatorial Guinea, the next time she's in Chang, the next time she's in Yaoundé, the next time she's in Betois, the next time she has tried to go through Panama to enter America, they sent her back, she went to Ivory Coast. Every time she came back with one problem. Either she was sick, or she had a child, or she was pregnant. Why is your own life always like this? Back and forth, up and down. It's always rocky. It's always stormy. Because you have no blueprint. You have no blueprint. If you have a blueprint, you cannot be dating when you're first year in the university. You can't be having unprotected sex. You can't be having sex in general. You know? Have you seen people that pregnancy surprise them? Like, why are you surprised? Why are you surprised? You know, I'm telling you, there are people who are surprised for pregnancy. Like, oh my God. No, I cannot be pregnant. No, you are pregnant. What do you mean you cannot be pregnant? What do you mean you cannot be pregnant? What do you really mean you cannot be pregnant? No, what do you mean you cannot be? What do you mean you cannot be pregnant? How are you that you cannot be pregnant? How is pregnancy? I'm not like this. Only once. How many times do you need to? Pregnancy needs many times. Like, oof, I miss pregnancy just a little. No, it's once, and once is enough. You're not supposed to be engaged in all that. You know, trying to get pregnant. You can't do that. When you see your generation where you're smarter, it's like, I'm not in that rank anymore. I know what to do. I can never be pregnant. And some of you are nursing students. Now, the thing is, check it. 90% of the people that give birth in this generation give birth through C-section. Why? Because you have all kinds of chemicals in your body. Because people deceive you. They don't tell you the after effects of some of the drugs you take and some of the things that you do. Oh, you'll be surprised to know what young people know on campus. All of the terrible things I learned in my life, I learned it in school. Just sitting with friends and hearing the things that people they say. Yeah, I made a promise to myself. My children will homeschool because of what I learned in school. They will go to school at home. They will homeschool. Yeah. Hey, you are lying. I tell you the truth. Mbale, I swear to God to Bible. My children are homeschooling. Because all the things that I learned, my friend, I learned it in school. I get back to my house and my father, who was a pastor, thinks I'm a good person. I'm not a good person. Hello, sir. I can't destroy you. What I know, they say later picking. Who's picking? Me picking? Yeah. You know stuff. Some of you sitting here, you know stuff. Like, you know stuff. You are intense. You're not a joke. You're serious. Your eyes are the pass. As it look place, so it is. I'm telling you the truth. You know what I'm saying. You don't want to be involved in all of that. I'm not trying to teach you morals. I said that the last time. I'm not your morals teacher. I'm just showing you how life works. You don't want your hands dirty, don't put it on mud. What do you want to do with your life? So you look at like Hezekiah now. Hezekiah. Just stand up and wave. Yeah, Hezekiah looks like somebody that can deny pregnancy. You're like, me? Hezekiah is a good guy. I'm just using it because he's my friend. You know, like, he's practicing. You know, have you seen that photo where the guy was just standing beside a mannequin and was practicing how to deny pregnancy? Just saw a mannequin lead and the guy stood like, yes, learning how to deny pregnancy. Yeah. Yeah, you see that it's you. You impregnated me. The guy's like, me? What do you expect? What do you expect of a guy who is the first university also expecting some money from family at the end of the month? You want them to take that money and take care of you? You don't want to be involved in that because it's not part of your blueprint. I want to date because I want to get married, not because my body wants me to. You're going to mess your life up, my friend. You're going to mess your life up. Your blueprint says that at this time you're supposed to be in school. I have told you, let me say it again. Nobody's expecting you to have an iPhone 14. You see, the thing is, some of us don't know how to respond when people have certain things. They are supposed to shame a child that has an iPhone 16 in school while still a student. Not supposed to be like, wow, you have an iPhone 16. We're supposed to shame you. Ooh, shame. You should be ashamed of using it rather than be proud that you have something because it's nothing. You're not supposed to be having that. You have a bone straight. You are even telling your friend in the university, say, this is bone straight, 350,000. You can never. How did you get it? Your school fees, your 1 year school fees is 50,000. What are you talking about? Nobody wants to see you having a bag. Say, this is my bag is very. You two are like, oh, my mommy got Papa got. I want to really get some bag, but really expensive. Yeah, Papa got. No. What are you talking about, my friend? What are you talking about? That's not the time for that. That's not the time for that. I tell you something. When I was making 1.8 million a month, maybe like 8 years ago, 1.8 million every month. I didn't have a chair in my house, a couch in my house. I used to use the church chairs, plastic chairs. The only thing I had was a TV. No, this is not motivational speech. You see, there's no soundtrack at the back. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to motivate you. 1.8 million every month minimum. And I passed that level 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Till today, I'm not still under pressure to do anything. I'm not under pressure to buy. You say, let me see what he's wearing. Is he wearing designers? Is he wearing... As a matter of fact, one of the things you know about people that have real money is that they don't wear any brand. Any dress you see that has printed brands on it, you never see it on the billionaire. All of these guys you see on the street, like, I got money, two-face money, they can make my money, I got my money, I'm gonna spray my money, I wear my Gucci. They don't have no money. They're broke-ass people. They don't have no money. Oh, they don't have no money. You see, Mark Zuckerberg will come and say, I got my money, this is a Gucci t-shirt, let me tell you what brands do. Brands sell to people who are claiming to be rich, who are not rich. Brands don't make their money off rich people. No rich person buys it. No rich person buys it. Say, look at my watch. My watch is $50,000. Look at my teeth. My teeth is $100,000. And you're consuming that information. You know, how many of us have seen those guys who come to school with Mercedes? You're like, no. What I'm saying is, correct? Silently, your heart, you're like, oh God, when? God, when? When what? When what? Nobody expects the students to have a Mercedes. If they did, in front of your amphis would have been, amphi 600 would have had 600 parkings because you know all of you getting in there would have a car. Nobody expects you to have a car. It's a luxury in this part of the world. It's a luxury. You don't need it if you can use the taxi. You don't need it. And you go and put yourself under pressure for that. Because I don't have the best dresses on. I don't have the this on. Is that on your blueprint? Is that what you're looking for right now? Is that what you're focusing on right now? Is that what you are focusing on right now? Where you stay? The food you eat? The clothes you wear? Or you're trying to build something up here? I told them in the church in the morning, I said, even if you have bone straight hair, Peruvian hair, Brazilian hair on a boya head, you are still a dull person. You're having bone straight hair on what? On a funny head? When you have it in here, if you have korobo, rub mayanga and the korobo, they still respect you. Yeah. In those days, the vice chancellor used to be a lady, Madame Leonga, who's now a minister. They insulted her, laughed at her. She went on to be a minister of state. And the people laughing at her, and they were, students, all of the nonsense they said about her, they are still struggling. Some of their parents cannot even pay 50,000 for school. But she's gone ahead. You don't see her with bone straight. You don't see her with, she just has a low cut, low hair. You are in the university, your nails is longer than your patience. You're having the wrong, your focus is wrong. Nobody expects you to be that. Look at it, Gavin, get us that image of the blueprint again. What is on your blueprint? Where are you going? Does that make sense? Okay, let's rush this thing quickly. I want to answer questions today, so I'm going to finish in the next 7 minutes. Yeah. It's funny. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor a funny joke like what I just said now. Like you graduate with first class. At your neighbor. Yeah, some of you will, yeah, that's a joke. Number two. Let's go quickly. Wise counsel. That's the second tool you need. Wise counsel. What I call mentorship. Wise counsel. Mentors, parents, pastors, leaders. They help you reach heights you cannot reach alone. Some of you, the greatest thing you're supposed to be pursuing right now in your life is mentorship. Somebody you can run your ideas by. Somebody you can run your life by. Somebody who can teach you something bigger than what you know. You see, let me tell you what you're doing right now. You are tapping into my experience. You're tapping into the future. You might not have been there yet, but you are stretching yourself to that point because you are listening to somebody who is there. I do the same. If you get into my office, in front of my table, I have pictures. Because I don't consider myself to be very smart. I just consider myself to be, average. Well, it's amazing. Some people think that I'm very smart, even though I think I'm average or even below average. Yes, some people say you're so smart. What I do is I go to any field and I select images. I like to work with images. People that have already become what I want to be. And I listen to them. I listen to my mentor every single day, even today. I don't listen to them on headset. I listen to them on loudspeaker. My speaker is in my car. Big speaker. Is it in my car? Go bring it. Let me show them. I'm trying to show you something because I believe that I'm very stubborn, so I need loudspeaker to kind of speaking small, like, hi guys, how are you? I won't hear. So I make it loud so that I can thunder into my ears. Boom, boom, boom. Then I hear it. Then I believe it. That's how I work with this. I work with this loudspeaker. That's my speaker right there. This one. I didn't know I was going to show you today. So I walk. You see, it's like this is my own handbag. Yes, I listen to my mentor with it. So I should be shouting into my ears. Yeah, let me show you an example. I'm not telling you to do this now, so because some of you are smart, so you don't need this. Oh, you're not. my mentor. One of my mentors talks very calm, so he's even on now.
Is that right? They're in Port Harcourt.
It's
One
live.
of my favorite places in the world is Port Harcourt Salvation Ministry.
Now listen to this. Hold on. This my mentor. Oh, it's live. I forgot.
David Ebiomi.
This my mentor. This my mentor right here. I want to get it off. That guy, he says his favorite place in the world is Port Harcourt. That's Dr. Mike Murdoch. And I go to Port Harcourt every year, first month, January. The person he just mentioned, David Ebiomi, is a pastor in Port Harcourt. I connect to Pastor David Ebiomi because my mentor says he goes there. He doesn't go there. That's his favorite place because a guy comes from there. I'm connected to the guy, and that guy has helped my life. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not supposed to call names. I'm not saying you should connect. No, I'm just showing you an example. So that's how I listen to him. This man that is talking here, I listen to him 1 hour every day. It has been on for like 6-7 years. Been on for like 6-7 years. I have another one. I listen to him always. 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 I could play. I could go on to play Bishop David Oyedepo. There are people who are pastors. I listen to them. I have mentors in business, entrepreneurs. I listen to them with my speaker, man. Speaker. Blueprint, wise counsel. Because from time to time, even if you have a blueprint, you can still make foolish decisions. You need wise counsel. You need wise counsel. You need wise counsel. Somebody that can speak to you at this point in your life. You need it. Right? I can show you a lot of things. Some of you say, I don't want to listen to my parents. I don't want to listen to my teachers. I think I know exactly what is good for me. Now, let me tell you something about your mentors and the people that speak into your life. You are a sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. The people you spend the most time with are a prophecy of your future. The people you spend time listening to are creating your future. They are creating your world. Do you understand what I'm saying? The people you spend time listening to are creating your world. Words are the building blocks for destinies. Words are the building blocks for destinies. Words are the building blocks for destinies. Words. There is something I will tell you now, it can radicalize you to pick up weapons and go to the street. There's something I tell you to radicalize you to go get money, to go work hard. You can listen to one person and you are charged and motivated. You don't come to the wisdom room. We don't call it wisdom room for nothing. It's a wisdom room. You come to hear wise counsels. You come to hear what they won't teach you in school or at school. You come to hear counsels on relationship, counsels on just your field of studies, counsels on life in general. Like you just sit down and somebody talks to you. Unfortunately, some of us don't have parents that can, be wise mentors and guides to us. But every parent wants the best for their children, so they're going to advise you. Some of you don't know why your parents are shouting at you for certain decisions you're taking. It's because they took those same decisions when they were your age. They can't just be honest to tell you. Some of your mothers are shouting, don't marry certain people, don't they? Because they did the same thing. Your father is their punishment. They can't tell you, they can't open up to tell you like, oh, walai, this is the truth about it. They're just quiet, hiding it. They are hitting on you. Your father will say, don't marry a foolish woman, eh? You don't know where it's coming from. Because he made the mistake. He made the mistake. Learn, listen. I tell you what I do. I have a few voices around me. Every major decision in my life, I run it by them. To just be sure. You see, we rent this place, millions and millions, every month. If I call you the amount of millions, it's crazy. We put in a lot of money to rent because we do our church here also. Well, you guys, you're here now. We do the church here. So, we already had a place we had built to do church. But we wanted something better, something more. And we didn't have the space to be able to build whatever. So, I was about to move to start doing church here at Chariot Hotel. So, I called one of my mentors and I said, this is the plan. He said, why do you want to make that move? I explained. He said, that's a good move. Go do it. Our church doubled by just that move. Everything changed. The cloud of our church changed. What does that mean by the cloud of our church? Even the people that attend our services changed. Started having, some of you have attended Wisdom Women at Sandpit. That's a former place we used. That's the place we built. It is quite small. It's smaller than this. You know, and you have to get into the Cartier, bend, go down. I mean, it's, now it's a little more accessible. This is a little more better, you know. But I ran that decision through mentors. You cannot trust your friend who is your age, the same, he has not achieved anything you're trying to, and then you're asking them, my friend, what do you think about this? And you say, that guy is nice, date him. What do you know? You must have a wise voice speaking to you, wiser than the people that are over there around you and around your age, you know. The third one, let's go so that we can answer some questions. The next thing you need, which is a very important thing, I pray you never forget this one. Is faithfulness. Faithfulness. To be faithful. To be faithful. You need a blueprint. You need what? Wise counsel. You need fidelity, faithfulness. To build something solid. Please listen to this very carefully. A lot of people are not faithful. How many of us have ever sewn a dress from a tailor? How many of us were disappointed? You see, even those who have never sewn a dress from a tailor have been disappointed by the tailor because people didn't raise their hand when they had disappointment because they are not faithful. How many of us have given our electronics for fixing? You went to an electronic man and gave him to fix? Yes. How many of you felt like punching him to his face? Yeah. Because they are not faithful. And we see the effect, the devastating effect of unfaithfulness around us. I wish I can tell you how terrible it is when people are not faithful. Faithfulness in your relationship, faithfulness with your book work, faithfulness. Faithfulness means that you show up because you gave your word. Faithfulness means you give your word and you live by it. I will give you this cloth on Tuesday. It means you have checked everything being equal. You're going to do it on Tuesday. You know, you cannot grow up without this. I mean, you can't build nothing serious without faithfulness. There are some people, your words are nothing. Nobody values your word. It's nothing. If you say, I give you my word, I will do this, you won't do it. You don't put in the efforts to do it. They say wisdom room starts at 3, you come at 4, you're not faithful. They say it starts at 4, you come at 5. You know, it's not about the time. It's just about that there's a lateness in the inside of you. There's something that makes you come late, and that if you don't deal with it, it will make you come late in destiny. If they put it at 9 o'clock, people will come at 10. Because it's not the time. It's just an indiscipline because of lack of faithfulness. You don't pull through with your commitment. You're placid. You are shaky. Nobody builds without faithfulness. Okay, let me show you an example. You have mixed cement on the ground. You have mixed concrete. And you tell the concrete that I'll put you up tomorrow. I promise you. Just be there. I'll put you tomorrow. What happened to the cement? It becomes hard. You can't use it again tomorrow. It becomes hard. Thank you. You can use it tomorrow. Why? Because life doesn't work like that. Life doesn't give you second chances. That is a request of fools. Please give me another chance. It's a request of fools. Everybody that has ever said that around you is a fool. Give me a second chance. It's a fool. You don't need a second chance. I'm speaking to. We have 51,000 people on our Facebook, and lots of people watch these things that I teach on Wisdom Room. Lots of people watch it. They write me after they ask questions. So I understand exactly what I'm saying, and I'm not just saying this to you. Oh, I need another chance. Then give me another chance. Oh, I need a second chance. I need a third chance. I need a 59 chance. Yeah. Wise people don't need more than one chances because they maximize every opportunity. Life doesn't give you two chances at a first impression. You never have a second chance to create a first impression. Is it true? Why do you think you need a second chance? Many years ago, people used to say, I am so slow in acting because I want to be sure I'm acting right. I want to be sure when I take a decision it's the right decision. So I'll wait. And because life won't give me a second chance. I won't have a second chance to fix that. I will not. I know many of us, hundreds of us are sitting here. I wish half of us will learn this thing I'm telling you. And be a girl of your words. Be a man of your words. He said, I'm going to do it. If people can trust your word, you'll be shocked at what will come around you. If people can trust that you are faithful, you say things and you live by them, oh my goodness. Faithfulness goes in relationship. You see, a guy will be dating two girls because he's not faithful, right? He's not faithful. He says, I only have you, but he's dating somebody else because he's not faithful. And what does he need? Someone very broke person himself. He cannot even take care of the two of you. He's even struggling. Sometimes you're the one giving the guy transport. But he's looking at another lady because he's not faithful. Yeah. People fall sick because they are not faithful. Can I shock you? 90% of all DNA tests done show that the people they will claim to be the parents of the father to the child is never the father of the child. 90%. Some of you you're not your father's child. You see, you can argue, but you can't argue statistics. That's the truth. If statistics show that the life expectancy in Cameroon is 65 for males, 68 for women. You can't argue statistics. It's been proven over time. Do you know that those are ridiculous numbers, my friend? I don't know if you understand the intensity of what we're talking about. 90%. So if 10 women go to do DNA test, 9 of them come out of that DNA test, proving that the father they say is the father of the child is not the father of the child. You know, some of you be saying things like, I resemble my father. Hey, my friend. We're talking about science here, my friend. We're talking science. I resemble my father. My father knows, I have my father's nose, I have my mother's eye, until DNA tests come out. Yeah. A man had 3 kids, been taking care of those children. Something happened, and he had to enlist them in his documents to take them to travel, you know. The wife just gave birth to the 4th one. So when they started processing the documents, the 3, their names were there. So they told the father to prove that these are his children. So he went out to do a DNA test. Did a DNA test on the first one. It was not his child. The second one, it was not his child. The third one, it was not his child. So the man said, I want to do the DNA on that one. Thank God, luckily, at least, the 4th one was still not his child. The guy nearly died. I'm a pastor. I've heard all kinds of things. You know why? Because people are not faithful. They give their words, but it's nothing. It's nothing. I will stand with you through thick and things. You don't find cheer, she don't. If you don't hurt you, she don't. You're not faithful. You can't build anything if you're not faithful. Is that lesson very valuable? You're not faithful. The fifth one, I don't want to dwell on this so much because I want to answer questions today. Maybe I can answer a few. The fourth one, okay. I like this one personally. It's consistency. Consistency. You know, many young people only do things because it's fun to do it. There are 3 stages in every process. Introduction, the actual thing, and then the result. The introduction, the actual stress of it, and then the result. You see, the introduction is like this. 1 step. Introduction. From there to here. And it's always fun. It's always fun to start something new. When you started the wisdom room, there were so many people here. Hundreds and hundreds of people. How many of us are going to be here next Sunday? Yeah! The next Sunday they came. Truly, they came. The next one they came. Then gradually, the entertainment and the excitement fizzles out. And that's where the work begins. That's where the work begins. You see, the introduction is always fun. You must understand that as a young person, you like new things. It is part of the young man's makeup to be adventurous. You are adventurous. You like to adventure into new things. But now the next part of it is the introduction. Then you have the consistency, which is the longest. It keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. And then you have the results. Introduction, consistency, results. Nobody jumps from introduction to result. That's fake. That's a scam. There must be a part where you show up every day and do something that you don't like. There must be a part. How many of us feel like just quitting school now? Feel like I've had enough. I just want to stop. Right, but you don't stop. You keep going. How many of you have been in a place where your elder is talking to you and you really feel like washing the elder one's slap? Joggies on the slap. Me too, one spoils boy. But you don't do it, right? You are consistent with your discipline. You don't turn and say, I have to get lucky. I'm for darking your eye. But you are calm. The ability to wake up and show up again. Oh boy. That's the magic. That's where the miracle happens. You show up every day and get another 100 fans. You show up every day and get another 100 fans. You show up every day and get another. Before you know it, 10 years later, you're a billionaire. But you got to show up every day. Let me tell you something you must learn, and I will answer questions from here. You must learn to master your routines. Learn to master your routine. Learn to master your routine. Learn to master your routine. I'm done. Learn to master your routine. Learn to master your routine. What is your routine? Let your routine not bore you. Let it not bore you. You don't have to let your routine bore you. You know? Every day just wake up, go to school. I'm just tired. I don't want to do this anymore. See, those who break the ranks of success and do extraordinary things master their routine. They do it until it's fun to do. They do it until they just find fun doing it. You show up every day, you're like, it's a beautiful day to go to school. I love school. You master it. You get on and like, let's do this week. Let's do it again. And then you do it again the next week. That's how you graduate, right? You show up every week until you graduate. I can do a miracle now. I can just do a miracle. Like, abracadabra. Just now, enroll in school and show up every week for 3 years and you graduate. It's a lie. Yeah, it's true. I promise you. Abracadabra. Every week, every week, every week, every week. Miracles happen. Consistency in itself is a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle, my friend. If you listen to us consistently for 6 months, your mindset will change. If your mindset doesn't change, if you can maintain your same posture, enter a challenge with me. Register, sign your name. If in 6 months you listen to me and you remain the same, I'll give you 1 million francs. Take me to court. You say, I've not changed. I'm the same. You see, I even try to act it, pretend to not change. Even the way you say, I've not changed, I'm the same. You do exactly like I do it. I'm not changed, I'm the same. I'll video it and show you. You got to change, you must change. 6 months. You don't know the miracle of just showing up. I wish every Cameroonian could just learn the miracle of showing up. We're not consistent. There's a lady who started cooking a beautiful ego in my 17. People talked about that ego all over Southwest. My 17 ego is not there anymore. Because they started reducing it, and it's crazy. How many of us used to drink UCB pamplemousse in those days? And now, is it different? Everything is different. Don't add water. It's not the same, right? It's not, the consistency is not there. You should be so thick, it's so beautiful. You drink it and it's so refreshing. See, if you show up every wisdom room and you don't learn anything new, guess what's going to happen? You'll not come again. It becomes boring to you. Consistency in itself is a miracle. You know what it means to just show up every week? You know, you show up until people know that you'll just be there. How many of us, let me show you the miracle of consistency. How many of us have ever bought in a grocery shop? Okay, grocery shop is, what do they call it? Provision store. How many of us have ever bought in any provision store? Anyone? You live in Dirty South, you live anywhere, there's a provision store. Right? How many of you have called a number to ask them if they are open before you go there? Hello, are you open? They say, yeah, we're open. Say, okay, I'm coming because I want to leave the house and you're not open. Anybody? Yeah. Almost nobody, right? Why? Because you know they will be open. Right? You just carry yourself and go there because you know they will be open. Monday or not, they were open. Yeah. Like Easter shawarma, he go say any day, just go there for selling hours. Easter shawarma, Easter, just buy. Or whatever the thing is that you're trying to buy. Some of you don't know the miracle you have. To just know that you just wake up. Imagine one day I run away. Yeah, we don't know why. Maybe there's a pressure. You just know that, okay, I'll come. You have done wisdom room, I will come in, and then I don't come. And then you guys don't see me. I've disappeared. The first day, you're like, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, then you start worrying, like, what has happened? What's going to happen? I'm there. You don't know that some of you, they celebrate, you have to celebrate just consistency. You know that I'm just grateful that I know that I can just come to your house and I'm going to see you there. You have not run away. People run away now. Yeah. What if I have impregnated somebody, then I run? And then the person, you don't know that, then police is looking for me. And then, it's crazy, but it's true. Consistency, just say thank you for just being consistent. I just walk in and I know that you're going to be there. You know what consistency is? It's just like somebody has your back always that you just fall, knowing that they will catch you. If you are consistent, you never lack companionship. If you are consistent, you never lack investors. If you are consistent, you never lack money. You never lack money. Because at every point in time, somebody will be vouching for you. A lot of us are not consistent. So you don't have people that can talk for you. You don't have people that can talk for you. I hope you learned something tonight. Did you learn anything tonight? All right. I'm going to take questions. I'm going to take questions. I want to answer a few questions, and I can answer questions across any topic that you have. any topic. But I'm going to give you numbers, and I'll only answer 10 questions. If your hand is not up and I don't give you a number, then I'm not going to answer your question. So I have number 1, number 2, number 3. Please give the mic according to those numbers. You're number 1, you're number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8. Okay, let's take only 8. Okay, number 9 and number 10. Done. Yes. Let's start with number 1. Hi.
The lesson, it was so, in short, very personal.
Wow.
So my question goes to the point of mentorship.
Right.
Because I think for the others, I'm trying to, from the previous wisdom rooms, I've really developed myself. And now is the mentorship. So sometimes you follow someone, like you actually listen to all his teachings and everything is going well. But when you have your own project, right, you want to open up something, you want to create something, you don't know how to reach out to the person directly. Sometimes you text, I don't know, but you reach out, they will not respond, and I understand them. It's totally like, okay. So I don't know like how to create that link
relationship
between you and the choosing mentor.
What's your name?
Tracy.
Wow, nice name. These parents nowadays, they just say, hi Tracy, Tracy. Do you have Tracy in Destiny? Tracy. Tracy, let me tell you where the magic is. You can sit down, except you just want to. You can. Okay, good. Okay. I'll tell you where the magic is. Create a relationship before you need one. That's what a lot of people fail to understand. They need a mentor before they start creating that relationship. You see, you have to create a relationship with a mentor before you need one. For instance, I know exactly what you're saying because I have a few people who also follow me and send messages and may not get response. But this guy just said something in my office. He came for prayers for his birthday, and then he said, I hear people say something like, I reach out to you, and I reach out to pastor, and I can't get to him. And I never know what that is. I never know what it means to reach out to you, and I don't get you. That's what he said in my office then. Because he created a relationship before he needed it. You see, when you need a relationship now, and you start getting to someone to say I need it, guess what? You are a pest. Because you have not invested in building that relationship, but you want to harvest from it. So you follow until you are noticed, and you follow until you form a relationship before you need one. So the thing I would advise everyone to do is, before you ever need a personal relationship and connection with such mentors, you have to create it a long. Create that relationship and keep at it. Keep at it. You can't force yourself into anyone's life. It is called a relationship. You relate until there's a bond. Until they are comfortable having you around. Until they can share their heart with you. I don't know if you understand what I just said now. But most of us don't have especially young people, you don't have the courtesy to create such relationships. You're just there until one day you need the person and then you show up to say, hey, I need you. You're not a priority to me. Because you're not part of my... And I like that you said that, and I understand. Because they have different priorities. Right? The truth is, create a relationship intentionally. I think I'm going to need this person in my life in the future. You start building that relationship now. Not like when you need them, you say, who can help me with this thing that I'm going through now? Bam, that person. And then the next day you see, you say, hi. The next day you're coming with a request. That's not the right way to go about it. I hope I was able to help you, Tracy. Thank you. Yes, number 2.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Penwell.
Penwell. Wow.
I'm very blessed with your lesson. My question goes the area of faithfulness.
Faithfulness, yes, sir.
let me say, faith is, you define faithfulness as keeping to your word. I wish to ask if I say so, if I agree with somebody that I will come and do this, or we'll meet, we'll meet in this time, then later on something happened and
You're not able to meet that
I'm
time.
not able to make it, and then I call the person and explain. I don't know whether I've not
Yeah.
not faithful.
Yeah, you're not a faithful person. Let me tell you how to solve that pain. And it's a good question. I like the questions we're asking today. It's a good question. See, if you have an engagement with someone and you foresee that for some reason that engagement you will not be able to keep it, don't wait until the time before you call the person. Because you already know a long time before that time that, hey, the way my program is going, I may not be able to keep to my word. So you give the person ample time to make another plan. It's like, hey, I know I said I was going to see you tomorrow, but the way it is looking, I might not have the time to see you tomorrow. I know I said we're going to be meeting at 6 o'clock, and this is 3 o'clock, but my program is still so tight. When you give people time, it shows that you respect your words. It's like your heart is where your word is. You're telling the person that I know I gave you something of mine, and I'm sorry I can't keep it because of this. You see? But if you just call the person and say, I know you wait me. You wait me now. So I know if you make something came up. When did you know something came up? Do you know I've had people that I mentor, I talk to, I train, I spend my time, they don't pay me for that. And then something came up. Something always comes up. And then they travel. Something has come up and people got married. Say, sorry, sir, I just got married. How? Something came up. That is unfaithfulness. That's so terrible. Like, how do you just travel? Say it just came so abruptly. Abruptly, you didn't have 1 minute to place a call. You didn't show up. We had a meeting, you don't show up. I have a friend, and that only works in Cameroon, in Africa. I have a friend who had a high-paying job at a company in America, and he was hired. First day of work, he got into a situation. He's supposed to check in at 8 a.m., sorry. He's supposed to check in at 8 a.m. He got into the property of the company, which means the compound. The place where the company is. He got into the gate at 8 o'clock. Parked and got into the building at 6 minutes past 8, and he was fired. He said, he told the HR, I was in here 8 o'clock, but I had an issue with the parking. He said, I understand. And I see the CCTV. He said, let me explain. So the guy sat down for him to explain. I left the house early. I met traffic. And I did this. I struggled to maneuver. The guy was listening like, okay, I understand. So you met traffic? Yes. He said, okay. But I'm sorry, you're still fired. Because you have to factor traffic in your plans. When you say 9 o'clock, it means that you have to factor that traffic will hold you for 45 minutes. And you leave your house 45 minutes earlier to catch up with the plan. This is what they're supposed to be teaching in school. This is life hack. They help you better than fishing in Norway. But nobody tells you the danger of not keeping to your words. People have confronted me. I had the problem too. And I think I don't think I've solved it 100%. I will not lie to you. But I've improved remarkably. But people have told me how hurtful. I've put them in hurtful situations. I've put them in very tight corners because I couldn't keep to my words. You see, when you give your word, people go on to make plans on that word. And then if you fall back on your word, it's like you didn't expect them to take you serious. Don't be like that. I hope I was able to help you, Penuel. Thank you. Yes, number 3.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Thank you very much, sir. As usual, your lessons have been so shaking to the core. Well, my question actually goes with with alignment with the blueprinting.
Blueprint.
If an individual, if I have been astray and I have actually been building a sandcastle up to this point and I don't have a structured blueprint, and possibly I find myself in an area where I already have sand to build on. So like I don't have any idea of structuring a blueprint. How then do I start? Like how do I restart afresh and I'm actually setting for greatness?
That's a good question. What's your name, sir?
Zinga Bradley.
Bradley. That's an amazing question. Thank you. First thing, the best thing that happened to you and everyone that is in that kind of a situation is that you identified it. Hey, I've been building on sand. I don't have a blueprint. I'm not consistent. I'm not this, I'm not that. Wow, this teaching us. Open my eyes to what I was not. What you need to do is leave where you are. If there's nothing solid to build there, leave where you are. You cannot leave a place physically, but you can leave the place mentally. I zoomed out of this city many years ago. I looked around me and Bradley, there was no pastor that I wanted to model my life like in Boya. I zoomed out. So I was still here in the body, but I was out. I don't have no mentor that is here, for instance. I have mentors that are in economies that are higher, better, and they speak from that economy. So I have to work hard to be able to rise to the point where I have to catch up with what they say. So look around your environment. If there's nothing there that challenges you, leave that environment in your mind. You might not leave physically because you don't have the resources to live right now, but don't stay there. Don't stay in a place where all you have to build is sand. How do you start building a blueprint? Look for somebody who can help you. Get a mentor. If you listen to anybody that stirs up inspiration in you, listen to them long enough, you're going to have a blueprint for your life. You see, as I'm talking, there's something that happens in the inside of you. You are feeling something. You're feeling like, whew. Now that is inspiration building. If they can caress your inspiration, massage, any man that can awaken your inspiration can help you build a destiny. If you listen to a man and you're inspired, it's a good place. Go back there. Listen to it again. Listen to it again. I hope I was able to help you, Bradley. Awesome. Yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, my name is Asungafak McDonald.
McDonald.
Yes, sir. And I wanted to ask my question based on the teaching you gave us about starting early.
Yes, sir.
And I wanted to ask, sir, if you have set in everything, let's say you have a blueprint, you have set in your plans. For instance, if it's to start up a business or if it's to create something, like let's say being an impactful person or a creator, like a content creator, for instance, and everything is set. Let's say you have come up with a plan and everything is set, but then you don't have the resources, what it takes to start up, to embark in that journey. Let's say, for example, finances. You don't have enough finance to finance that business that you have set in place, and also the resources you need. So how can you go about it in order to catch up with the time, to start early, so that you become a star? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, McDonald's. That's a good question. I mean, you guys ask very good questions. It's a very simple answer, though. If at any point in your development, the resource you need to scale is money, then you have not developed properly. McDonald's, all the money in the world is still in the world. Nobody has taken a dime out of this world. Can you believe that? from the day this world was created till now, nobody has taken a dime out of this earth. Everybody comes here, takes it, hides it, but it all remains here. That all the money in the world is still here. You have not developed your idea properly. If you develop your idea properly, the money shows up. You see, it's called provision. Provision. When vision is clear, provision shows up. When you spend time developing that idea, that when you show up before somebody, you explain your idea, in 6 seconds, money will leave anybody's pocket. There are investors. There are people that have so much money and they're looking for something to invest in. And the truth is, when you start asking the right question, you start speaking the right words, you're going to stand in front of the right people. That's just how it works. I hear that a lot. People who don't have the money to do anything. I said, I don't know how. I don't know how you don't have the money to do anything. Because the last thing you actually need to do anything is the money. I don't know if you understand me, McDonald. Have I been able to answer you? It's a simple question. It's a simple answer. Sorry. Yes. Thank you. Number 5 or 6? 5.
I am Ngwate Irene Mabel.
Glenn?
Ngwate Irene.
Irene.
Yes.
Hi, Irene.
Hi. Okay, I wanted to say thank you for everything. It has really been amazing coming here. Since the first time I came here, how is it going?
Thank
Well,
you.
my question goes with something you said, I think the week before last. That was when you came back. You said something about starting early. In fact, it was really amazing. But my question is, let me say, for example, I'm an upcoming engineer, which I am. Let me say I'm an upcoming engineer, and I'm thinking of this great project to do.
Uh-huh.
But I know Cameroonians will not want to invest in that.
Yeah.
Like, they are very, they
Yeah.
don't want to take out the money to do something better.
Yeah.
So if I come and even pitch my idea to them, they won't invest because they'll have to spend a little more.
Than what they will normally know that they have to spend.
Exactly. So what to manage? So my question is, how can I actually use this idea and, I don't know, like make the idea known and make them use it?
Yeah.
Because they don't want to spend on new stuff. They want to stay in the old stuff and just manage than to spend money and install something.
Yeah, I like Irene. She's very expressive. Why Cameroonians like this, Irene? Exactly. Okay, Irene. You encounter that everywhere. It's very difficult to get people out of the normal. Like you rightly put the question. If they know they can spend 1 million to achieve a certain result, why spend 10? So the answer is in that question. Why spend 10? You need to show them why they need to spend 10. I think that the problem is not the Cameroonian investor. The problem is the Cameroonian pitcher. The person pitching the idea doesn't pitch the idea for the investor to see why they need to go an extra mile. I was in a boardroom in China 5-6 months ago, I can't remember. And I had a plan to build a structure. That structure would have been completed with the key in my hands, and I would have spent 1 billion. The Chinese company managed to talk me into doing an $8 million building instead of that building. $8 million is 5 billion. So the 5x my plan, sitting in that room. The man says, I understand your vision, and I know that this is good for your budget. But the thing is, I think you can be better. I'm like, thank you so much. I just want what I want. He said, it's going to be better. I said, thank you so much. I want what I want. Guess what that guy did? He tried to convince me I was bent. So we got food, we ate because the meeting had gone into their lunchtime. They don't play with their lunch. Oh, the time of the lunch, they stop everything and we're eating in the boardroom. We're eating. And then the guy asked questions about me, just normally, random questions. And I'm talking to interpreters. He says, tell me about yourself. What are you passionate about? I talk. And then when we cleared the food and we got back to the business, the guy says, hey, listen, I'm not going to change your plan. I understand you want to do what you want to do. He says, but I'll tell you something. You will walk into that building 10 years to come and you will regret for the rest of your life that you invested that money to put that structure. I sense your taste and I think that you are very passionate about impact. I want to help you do something that will stand out in Cameroon, that there will be nothing like it in Cameroon. That guy saw me, I hug you. Talk to me. He touched my heart. Listen to me, Iran. People don't buy products. I'm about to, hold on. I'm about to tell you something that will blow your mind. You never forget this. People do not buy products. Guess what they buy? Emotions. People buy what the feeling they get from a product and not the product. I can sell you, get me a pen. Give me the pen. I'll give it back to you. What's your name, bro? Schneider. How many of us know why I said Schneider? Yeah, Schneider. Nice meeting you, Schneider. So, Schneider, come right here. I want to sell you a pen. So, Schneider, this is a big. I want to sell it to you. How much are you going to buy this? 50 francs?
Yeah.
Schneider, I want you to buy this pen for 4 million. Are you going to buy it for 4 million?
No.
Why? Buy it for 4 million, Schneider. Schneider, buy this pen for 4 million. Schneider, take this pen. Give me 4 million.
I can't really buy it because it's not really worth it.
It's not worth it. All right, Schneider, walk with me. Just come. Who do you love in this life? Who do you want to be like? Anybody you model? Do you have any idol?
I think it's of late Miles Monroe.
Miles Monroe. Wow. Schneider, what if I tell you that this is the exact pen Miles Monroe used to write the book Rediscovering Destiny? This exact pen. How much can you offer for this pen, Schneider? Tell me anything, even if it's not the amount I've asked, but how much can you offer for this pen?
Okay, since it's the exact pen.
It is the exact one. My small still smells on this pen.
Okay, I can offer you, I think, 1 million.
You can offer me 1 million.
Yeah.
Schneider has 1 million x his price because I attached an emotion to a product. Thank you. I can just go on to press a little more, show Schneider a picture of my Smogo holding this pen. It's going to go to 2 million. I show a short video where my Smogo says, thank you so much, Samuel, for selling me this pen. Schneider is going to sell their family compound to come and buy this pen. That's what Cameroonian investors are looking for. You're selling them a regular product. They don't know why they're supposed to do that. Sell them an emotion. You have a unique opportunity to be the only one with such a building in Cameroon. You will change the landmark of this nation. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants to be the first. And they were able to make me buy a plan for 5 billion. When I only wanted to spend 1 billion. He said something that closed me. He said, you will walk into that building 10 years from now. You will regret every day of your life that you built it. I'm trying to give you an opportunity to do something that will change the demographics of Cameroon. I was gone. I was sold. Finish him. People don't buy products. They buy emotions. Let me tell you something. When people like you, they buy anything you sell. When people hate you, sell the best product, they won't buy it. That's all about marketing. People don't know that. People think that people don't buy Gucci for a t-shirt. They buy Gucci for the name Gucci. That it makes them feel like they are richer than somebody else. That's all. I like that question. It got something out of me. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was a good question. Thank you so much, Iwan. Yes. I hope I was able to answer you, though. Awesome. Number 6. Number 7. Who's number 6? Number 6 have changed their mind. Okay, that's number 6 right there.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
I'm called Simfais Ziebama.
Zebama?
Ziebama.
Ziebama, right.
And thank you for the teaching. This is actually my first time of being here.
Wow. You have an amazing smile, Zebama. Like you smile your way into it. That's good.
Yeah. Thank you. My question, let me put my questions. Like, can someone have a blueprint that is not directly aligned, that cannot align with his goals?
Does not align with his goals.
What he wants to be. Can you have a blueprint that is not your code?
Yeah, you can, but you're not supposed to. You're not supposed. It's going to confuse your entire life. You set goals to arrive at your blueprint. Yeah, so it's not the best to have blueprints that is different from, set goals that are different from your blueprint. It will just confuse you. I think you should set goals that bring you closer to where you're going. All right, Zebama?
Good evening, everybody.
Why do you all hit the mic? To test it if it's working.
I'm called Ayok.
Okay, Ayok Tabe.
Thank you, sir, for the teaching. It was powerful.
You're welcome.
My question is about time. You said the early starters.
End up as stars. Only early starters end up as stars.
Early starters end up as stars. I observe a lot. I observe men of God. I observe entrepreneurs, and especially these billionaires.
Right.
I watch them a lot on YouTube to know how to go about. And I have seen some. You said the only shortcut is mentorship.
Yes.
But now I have seen some that maybe they started late. Somehow I know that man has dominion over time from the scriptures.
Yes.
Man has dominion over time. I've seen some that they will start late, but somehow they are able to catch up and they are exactly where they are supposed to be at that particular time. But I've seen others with mentors still start, who started early, they still yet they could not arrive. So while watching and observing, I'm struggling to know the principle to have that dominion over time. I've said I haven't found it.
Oh. That's a good one. That's a good one. I can answer you very, very, very clearly, and I think you'll find it right now. True. There are people that started like KFC, started at 65. Still ended up a billionaire. The question is, we're talking statistics. How many percent of people are able to make it from that time? Is it 5%, 2%, 1%? And where would you rather be? Would you rather be in 90% or 10%? Where do you have more chances? Do you have more chances in 10% or you have more chances in 90%? Let me explain it. So if there are 2 rooms, in one room there is 900 million francs, and in another room there is 10 million francs. They tell you to go into one of these rooms and try to pick some money. Where do you have a chance to pick more money? So you stay in the 900 million because you are certain that you have more chances to pick more money in the 900 million. There are just a few percentage of people that will actually break through. Go check it. 90% of the world's billionaires were already on their way to billion when they hit 30. 90%. Only less than 10% of the world's billionaires became billionaires after they were 60. So where do you rather be? And then, yeah, you said that there are people who find mentors, start early, and they don't still arrive. One reason, because they are not serious. They just have names and no commitment to mentorship. Mentorship is not saying that this person is my mentor. You follow them, you follow everything they say, you follow step by step. You cannot beat rudiment. You cannot beat rudiment. You see, the reason why our grandmothers used to know so much cooking, and this generation don't know how to cook so much, like the grandmas. I'll tell you why. But in America, it's different. There's something they call grandma's recipe. People have it. It's their personal recipe in their family. It is passed down from generation to generation. But in Africa, we don't have it. You know why? Because our grandmothers never created a rudiment around their recipes. Let me tell you how we cook in Africa. They take the bottle of salt. Give me that stuff. The bottle of water. Thank you. Thank you, Rita. They just take the salt like this. And they point at that. It's the village people in their head that tell them when to stop. But let me tell you what they do in America. They will measure the spoon and they pour. Test it, measure it, test. They write it. 2 teaspoons of white table salt. So grandma will cook this soup. The next time she cooks the soup, she puts 2 1/3 teaspoon. It never tastes the same. The food is just nice. But they have not made a rudiment around their... So, a mentor tells you, put your feet here. You go left, left, right, 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 left. And then you go and do left, right, left, right, left, right. You say, why am I not becoming? No, it is left, left, right, 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 left. It works every time. It works every time. So I am telling you, I have people who have been under me for many, many years, and they're not half of the thing that I've become. I've grown like this before their eyes, but they're not, because they don't listen. They don't listen. I tell them exactly what I do. This is what I do. And they see, they're like, Chai! Cameroonians, especially Pentecostal, you sound like a good Christian. They're always doing, Kai! I celebrate you, sir. Kai! And that's all they do, Kai. What is Kai? You are learning principles. I have never met any of my mentors without an offering in my hands. I never go to visit anybody that teach me anything without a gift. Never. I learned it from the Bible. The gift of a man makes room for him and brings him before kings. Try this. Every place they restrict people from entering, go there and say, I have a gift for the person inside the office, and see if they'll not open the door for you. Just say, I have a gift for Apostle. They'll be like, come. And then you can just go there and even, I used to love, I was so young, I didn't have money. But in those days, I just felt emotional because I remember those days. The most valuable thing I could buy for any mentor was the MTN credit card for 2.5. That was the highest. You know, credit has more power. If you give somebody 2.5 and you give them a credit for 2.5, it's not the same. In those days I used to buy, they used to have that card. It's not, they don't have it anymore. Then they now had another card for 1,000. It was small like this. But the 2.5 card was big. How many of us saw those cards? Jesus. Where am I? What happened to my life? Oh God. How many of us saw? You don't even know MTN had a card for 2.5? Lisa, come and take the mic. I'm so sad. Let me go home. Am I this old? Really? Wait. Mama, how many of us... Wait, you have never heard that MTN had a card for 2.5? I don't die. Mama, no, God. Why me? Oh, my... Is this not... No, serious. Please, don't play prank with me. I'll stop this class right now and go home in pain. Just agree. Did you know that MTN had a card for 2.5? Ha! What? All right. But back in those days, that's the only thing I could afford. I would spend my life trying to buy a card for 2.5. And I would put it in an envelope. And I'll go meet these people. And I'll say, thank you so much for being just amazing. You may have 400 francs. You buy one Tangi water. But if you are that kind of a person that always comes with a gift, they will always open the door for you. So, and then the mentor is going to tell you something that the others don't know. He's going to tell you something. That, you see, there's something. That's how I got to know a few things that I know. And guess what? Now, the Lord has helped me. I have a little more means. And I'm doing. I would go out. I always have a few dollars. I'll put in an envelope. I'll give my mentor $2,000, $3,000. If I travel, I'll buy a shoe, beautiful shoe. I'll buy perfumes. I'll buy watches. We have the engineer that is working at our site. He's doing the construction work for us. I bought him a watch more expensive than any watch I've ever bought for myself. I never bought a watch for myself that expensive. Bought him a very expensive watch. I brought it to him. And I don't even know if he knows the value of the watch. I gave it to him. I gave it to him. I said, I just thank you for just making yourself available. And sometimes you may not have no cash, you don't have no money, but you have a word, you have a message. I have one of my sons in this place, he's a mentee. He sends me a message every month. And I just noticed. I said to him, I noticed that you have sent me a message at the beginning of every month. For the last 1 year or so, every month, he sends me a message. You know, I mean, most of the messages are AI, but it is the heart. Yeah, there are certain words I see in a message I know it's AI. One is unwavering. AI likes unwavering. Thank you for your unwavering support. Yeah, I just know it's AI. I mean, if I see an AI message, I'll know. But at least he's even thinking that I don't have words to talk. So let me go, let this guy give me words to address me. I know this guy has value for me, you know? So, and then that time they teach you. So you want to be in that side and not the other way around. You want to be in the room that has more possibilities than the other room. Number 9. Number 9 was somewhere here. Yes? Oh, sorry. I passed number 8. I'm so sorry. Number 8. You're number 8? Oh. Come and give number 8 microphone. Yeah. Yeah, you had to do it. Yeah, because, I mean, you said it the first time, and I know, your voice didn't come out. Right.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
I'm Fisa Belty, and I want to appreciate you for your insight.
Thank you.
So, I have 3 questions here, if you permit me to ask.
Go ahead.
The first one is, how do you know the right blueprints for yourself? Next. And how do you know the right materials to be a good blueprint? And the last one, what do you do when you lose consistencies? For example, take myself, I just got into UB, and it's quite challenging, but you have to just keep up, classes looking for one place or another, and sometimes you just like, I'm not going to attend this class, and there's a 7 o'clock class, or maybe a 3 o'clock class, and so how do you find that consistency when you lose it?
Awesome. Where are you from? Where are you originally from?
I had advanced level in Kaskumba, so I just came.
I don't know why I just felt like you're from Kumba. Right? Did you feel the same? I just felt like it. You succeed in life. No, I'm telling you, people from Kumba, they have a way. They just have a way. For some reason, I just felt like she was from Kumba. I don't know why. They just had a way. Eh? Yeah. Anyway, so Beltane, let me answer you. The first question is, how do you know the right blueprint for you? Well, you don't know the right blueprint. You only determine where you want to end, and then you find the blueprint that leads to that place where you want to end. For instance, you don't go out in search of blueprint. You go out in search of yourself. I want to be a pastor. How do I become a successful pastor? The blueprints are there. So you will not know. What do you want to be? There is material out there, and there are people who are already. There's nothing new under the sun built in. There's nothing you want to be that somebody has not been. So when you determine what you want to be, look around you. And you're going to see that thing in someone or in a book or in a material, and then you pursue that. Then you find your blueprint. The second question?
And how do you know the right materials to build a good blueprint?
Exactly. The first question answers the second one. Because when you discover yourself, you just look around you and see the people who are already that thing you want to be. If they were able to arrive there and they're genuine, then you go towards it. You ask them. And it's easy to ask. The Bible says, you're a Christian? It says, go to them that sell and buy. If you see somebody who you want to be a successful housewife, entrepreneur, this and that, you look around that. How many people are? Who is the definition of a good housewife for me? What do I think is a good wife? This, and that. You look around you and look for people who have written great books on that. Is there anybody around me that I can say is a great model for what I want to be? Even in Kumba, even in Boya, around the world, there are people like that. When I enter into any new environment, the first thing I do is I do feasibility studies. Look around your class. See the people who are focused, who ask most intelligent questions. See the people, the lecturers, I don't know, but lecturers really kind of tend to like intelligent people. And they always make friends with them. See the people that always ask questions, they always answer questions, they're always carrying the back of the lecturer. Those are the people you should make friends with. People who sit at the back of the class, who are always having, ha, 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 ha. Those are the people you should not be close to because you go back in life. That's just, you're identifying your blueprint by just identifying what you want to be. And then the third question. How do you get next thing before you know it? You're out of it. All right?
Okay, here's my question. So you said one needs to have a blueprint for their life. And I know we're not in church, but I believe there's God's perfect will over your life.
Right.
The Bible says plan and the Lord will establish your steps. But there's also a saying that like what you want might not be what God wants for your life. For example, you said there was no provision for, I don't know the ministries, but you said there was provision for CLE.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yes. I said that.
So how do you ensure your blueprint is according to God's plan? Do you wait for a prompting or you plan your way and let the Lord establish your steps?
Wow. That's a very beautiful question. What's your name?
Favor.
Favor is my name. Oh, I'm Favor. Hi, Favor. So that's how my brain works. My brain always creates fun. I don't know where. But Favor, it's a good question you've asked. So this is the answer. Very simple answer. I'll answer you like a Christian that you are. I'll answer you as a pastor because that question is directed to the pastor me. How do you do that? There's a point you go in your Christian journey that you have the mind of God. That's maturity. Scripture says, and let this mind be in you, which was first in Christ. You see, there's a point you get to that you have the mind of God. That it becomes difficult for you to think the things that God is not thinking. Until you get to that point, then you have not struck maturity in your Christian journey. But just to say there's an average believer, you are still trying to grow, how is it that you are able to stay in sync with what you want and what God wants for you? You present your plans to the Lord. And the Bible says he establishes your thoughts. Commit your ways to the Lord and he shall establish your thought. I think you quoted that scripture. When you say, Lord, this is exactly what I'm trying to do at this point. Lead me and guide me. And just leave it there. You realize that some things the doors just close and some just open. I have a principle. If I force, and the door is still closed, I feel like maybe God doesn't want me to do it or this is not the right time. You force I'm not saying you're not going to force. You force the first time and then, bam, the thing opens. God is telling you to get on. But sometimes you keep hitting the door, you keep knocking, the door is not open. Maybe it's not the time for the door to be open to you. So you can present it to the Lord, but you go to that point where you cannot want anything for yourself that God does not want for you. And that's what many Christians don't learn. I wish I was in church. I'd have taught you that even more. You can come, I can talk to you, to just show you scriptures upon scriptures upon scriptures, what I'm talking about. What God wants for you is not to run to him with every plan. Father, should I eat rice? Should I eat? He wants you to grow to a point of maturity where your thought and his thought are sync. That everything you want for yourself is what God wants for you. You just become automatically in sync with him. That you know that this is not the path that I will take. If you were to take it to heaven, God will be like, don't go that path. How did I know? You are the child of God. You have the same mind that he has. You're thinking the same things that he's thinking. I don't know if I'm able to answer that. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. So, number 10.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. It's a great privilege to be here.
Thank you.
I've heard some people ask me questions, why are you here? I always tell them it's because I really missed your teachings and I came to feast on exactly what is on this altar. Thank you. It's a great privilege.
You're welcome.
Your wisdom has really impacted my life and I'm so grateful. Thank you, sir. So,
just to give you context so that you understand what she's saying, she's all the way from Sierra Leone. Yeah, just came in to so that's what she's saying. So, yeah. Go ahead.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
What if somebody on their age of teens have been following a blueprint that they don't want to live, and they are in school, studying, but they are under their parents? Now they have discovered that this is not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do something else. How to come out of it? Because I've heard a lady complain to me that she has noticed that this is not the life she's supposed to live, but that is what the parents want her to follow. How to come out? Because the parents said they are going to be cursed if she follows what she wants to follow. So how to actually do that in order for the parents to understand or what to exactly do? That's first. And the last one, please. The last one. What if you notice that what you were following is just the roadmap, but it's not exactly where you were going? Right. Because I had that before, where my mother told me, "You're strong, be a soldier." I said, "I don't want to become a soldier." Like that. So sometimes they can see some features in you and just
then force you into something.
Yes. How to actually know where you are supposed to be and know the difference between the road and the destination. Thank you, sir.
All right. Now, you'll be surprised to know that you can sit down. You'll be surprised to know that half of Africa has the same problem. 90% of the people here have that problem you just asked. Because they are in parts that their parents want them to be in. This is not what they want to do, but they are forced to do that because they are being sponsored by them, and then the parents think that they know exactly what they're supposed to do, which to some degree they know exactly what you're supposed to do. They know you're not supposed to fail. So in their own minds, they think that this path that I'm showing you will lead you to success. What do? It's very simple. You have to work twice as hard if you are under their care. You have to do what they want you to do and then do what you have to do. So take, for instance, an 18-year-old child, girl, boy, man, young adult. Parents want the person to be an accountant, and you have to study for 3 years to be an accountant. But you think that you want to be a singer. You have to first be an accountant to be that singer. Because there's no way, they'll give you trouble. They won't sponsor you. So what you have to do is, you see the time when you're supposed to be resting, you have to now invest in your calling. My father didn't want me to be a pastor. He's a pastor. My dad wanted me to be a doctor. He made sure I wasn't a pastor. I had to do what I had to do. The moment I break out of that, I was out of his care, because you can't make rules in somebody's house. So you have to do what you have to do, and then you have to do what they want you to do. So you have to work twice as hard. That's the cost we have to carry, unfortunately. I always tell the people, my parents want me to do something I don't want to do. Get that certificate and put on their wall for them. That's what they want. And then have the freedom to do what you have to do. But you can't sleep. In between getting that certificate, you have to be. You see, like now, you are taking this class that is helping your life. It might not be adding to whatever you have learned in school, but it's adding to what you want to become in life. You see that? So you have to work twice as hard. No time to rest. Number 2 question. How do you turn? If you notice that, where you have been is the wrong path, how do you, I think that's the question.
So the question is, how do you know your destination and not the process?
Okay. How do you know your destination? All right. Again, I'll answer you in the most practical way. This is going to open another teaching now. There is a misconception that a lot of people have that you are called to do only one thing. But well, you are called to do one of a few things. What do I mean? You have a cluster of things you can do and you'll still be right. And any of the things you choose around that thing will still be okay. I know. I have to take time to explain to you what predestination is. People feel like God have said that you'll be a doctor. You'll be a pilot. You'll be a pastor. You'll be a teacher. That's what people think. But when God created you, he said you could be a pilot, a teacher, a doctor, or a this. Any of the things you find yourself around that bracket, you will not be wrong. But of course, there are some people that he says, okay, particularly when you come to him and say, Lord, all of the things I can do based off on my genetic build-up, based off on the gift and the talent you have given to me, what do you particularly want me to do? He says, okay, do this. One unique thing that he wants you to do, that you can focus on that. So how do you know the particular thing you want to do? It's a few questions. What moves you? What motivates you? What can you do consistently even if you're not paid? What is it that drives you? What is it that wakes you up in the morning? You have to ask yourself some deep questions to be able to know what exactly you can do and what exactly you should be doing. So we have a series of teachings on discovering your purpose and your calling and your destiny and your giftings, and you can listen to all of that. We answered that detailedly because I knew I was going to be dealing with young people over and over again. They'll be asking, that's one great question that they have. How do you know what you're called to do? How do you know your destiny? How do you know what is your purpose? We taught on that. Giftings, identifying your giftings. We taught we have a whole series on that. We can give you all of those messages. You sit down and listen to them. By the time you are done, you will not only know that, but you can teach everyone how to identify the set of things that they can do. For instance, I am a pastor. I will be a father, and I can be a husband. It's not like I'm going to be only a husband. I can't be a father. I can't be a father. You can be one of many things. You see that? Any of those things you find yourself doing within that bracket, you're right. You're right. Because God gave you the giftings for that. Now, that's a level of predestiny. I taught on predestiny. I have a series on predestination. If you sit down and learn that, understand it, you will get it very clearly what God is exactly expecting you to do and what you can be. I'll give you some of those messages so that you can listen to them. All right? Guys, today has been amazing, right? As always, thank you so much for just being awesome.